As I sat there conflicted about what to do with my situation, I realized at one point I might have made a how-to video on how to play it, and rightfully so. I trudged across the interwebs. If you haven't heard about it, it's amazing. Try your favorite Google browser, or Bing if you will, and I typed in the letters W. A. G. And when I typed those magical, nonsensical letters in, I found myself typing in how to play Village of the Sun. Because, rightfully so, I forgot how to play it. Every time I play a Zappa song now, I try to think like, what would Zappa do kind of mentality. Watching those Dweezil videos, so cool. So I think I'm gonna watch a video and learn how to play Village of the Sun again, because I have a student that wants to play it, and I like to be able to play it without any other interruptions. Like, so if I play the song and I'm like, in this key, it would be like, over the top of it, Village of the Sun is lots of fun. All right, let's check those comments over there, because people love it. Hey, Wookie, what's up, Mark? How are you doing? Aloha to you, my friend, best friend. Let's see here. God, bro? Oh, good, bro. Right back at you. Could be God. Probably not. I made a lot of mistakes this morning, let alone my whole life. Thank you for being here, Lorenzo. It's good to see you. Adan, how are you? Have we met before? I don't think so. It's good to see you. If you are a player of any music, what I would suggest is doing something like I'm doing. I'm just practicing. I've got like, I don't know, 30 minutes before my next student comes. And I think I'm going to teach myself by watching one of my old videos on how to play. Long story short, Frank Zappa is ridiculously tough when he gets down to it. What I was just doing is based off of D minor 7, which could be played in a plethora of different ways. The idea is when you find the chords that you know, treat the guitar as a 4-string. Ignore the 5 and 6 just for a little bit, and then you'll realize that all the chords you want, like this gem, you could also play on other instruments, maybe like a ukulele. Mandos, they're tuned in fifths, but generally just turn everything around. Don't tell anybody, it's a music secret. Some of the cool things that we do with music is learning basics, foundations of music, and if you like what I'm about to show you, and you already play guitar and you've never heard this before, I hope this helps you in your quest to Roo. Every day, if you have 5 minutes to spend, warm up your fingers, give a little stretch, put your finger down like this, bend out this one right here, make sure that you're not having any pain experiencing this. Put your thumb on the back here, not up, not side, not down, hooked away, just bink, right behind the first fret. Put a first finger here, second finger there, third finger here, fourth finger there. By the time that you could play all the way downward strokes at about this speed, and every day it takes doing this, the first 6 months you might not be great at. I have some students like the first year they're not great at it, but I can tell them when they practice and when they don't. And eventually it turns into like upstrokes, and you learn how to do upstrokes and find your way around the fretboard. And these are all the shortest distance, and speed comes with it later. They're called minor seconds. Then if you add a minor second plus a minor second, you get a major second. Then if you keep adding this, it's called tertiary harmony. Each chord that we play, like C major, D minor, E minor, F major, G major, A minor, B diminished, and C, all are relatable through the circle fifths or the circle flats, onto which we add sharps. C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C doesn't just have to be played that way. It has 3 patterns on the guitar. Open phrasings, which allow you to express yourself with the 1 for C, the 2 for D, whether major or minor, or dare I say like augmented, diminished. When playing chords, you can think of these triads as being just movable dyads or harmonies. So when you start seeing similarities, you betcha, these are the foundations of music theory. It doesn't take a long time to do this either. This isn't I almost said Alvarez. That was my old one. This is a Gretsch. I dig it. It has a nice cutaway. I didn't notice till somebody pointed out. It has a pick, waka, pick kind of thing. Am I famous? No. Oh, famous. Gibson, no. I wish I could afford that. This was gifted to me by the very, very kind people close to my heart. Long story short, I support them in every way possible, and they support me as well. I'm looking forward to getting some sort of sponsorship if anybody knows how to do that. I've been trying. I think the idea is oversaturation and relentless, but I want to make it special. Call me old-fashioned, but if I'm going to go for it, I'd like to look you in the eyes when we're making a deal. Anywho, when we're playing something like C, D, E, F, G, A, B, and then C, that works for every key. So if you have G major, which adds a sharp, G, A, B, C, D, E, F sharp, G. Each time you go up 5 notes, like gabble, 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 D, G to D, that's a fifth, perfect fifth. When we go something like G, A, B, C, D, D does that same thing. D, E, F sharp, G, A, B, C sharp, D. We always add on the 7th. So each time, A, B, C sharp, that was the one from D, D, E, F sharp, that was the one from G, and now you got G sharp. Each one does this, and you do this every day for 5 minutes, I guarantee you, it's like walking into McDonald's or whatever your slop of choice is and standing there at the register and going, I think I'll, It's the same thing. It never changes. They don't switch it up on you. All you need to do is say, I'll take a supersize me number 4. Shove it in my face, please. Anywho, I feel like ranting. What, how you doing today? Wago, I didn't know every string plays every note. Now I see the pattern practicing. Yes, practicing is it. The whole idea to be doing this is because your brain doesn't register half steps in the beginning. Just by doing this every day for 5 minutes, you're setting yourself up for success when playing C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C. So you can do something like, it's just moving notes around, and then you find out that the best ones to move around in a 7-note system are the ones that come between the 3 and the 4, and then the 7 and the 8, or the resolution. Do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, and do has a half step between 3 and 4, and then between 7 and 8. So those are the ones that build tension. Un poquito. Pero, el notos es debajo, cuando... ¿Cómo se dice? No one, I'm not going to tell them Spanish. Long story short, the notes at the bottom affect the sound of the chord differently. I didn't know how to say some of those words in Spanish. I must admit, I'm not fluent. I do like Spanish, though. It's my favorite of the romantic languages thus far. Ooh, cool, 1956. Wow! Is it restored and everything? That's groovy. Yeah, as far as pattern recognition, here's what I have to say. 5 minutes goes a long way. If you could just go slow, I'll go slow for us if you're playing along with me. C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C. Notice how when I play, somebody asked me why I play right here. It just so happens that all the notes are in equidistance from C to C. If I go here and I play C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C, I can play right here and play over the top of a B, which is my 7th, and then encourage myself to play that B note with a finger tap or with a movement where I play that note and then slide up and then play another string of notes. So if I'm doing something like an A, I know that my A major, B minor, C sharp minor, D major, E major, F sharp minor, G sharp diminished, and then back to A. They're all linear this way, but then they are all horizontal this way. So if you learn A goes to B, then B goes to C, D goes to E, F sharp, G sharp, and then here, I messed up on C sharp there, G sharp, and it goes back to A. If you can get those notes down, then you got your scales memorized. Then it's just putting it in a practical application where you see them become modal. Do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, ta. If you drop that back, the same pattern you use to do all those 2, 4, 6, 2, 4, 6, 2, 4, 6, that would be considered B mixolydian. The whole idea is you just practice the heckaroo out of these notes doing something like, what is this? BB King? All right. Wakiwian, C minor. Okay. Here's where I go. Circle fifths. What does that mean? 6, 7, 1. So what I'm doing is I'm cruising around trying to play by ear, and then remember that I've got like a C sharp minor, I've got a D diminished into an E flat major, and then do an F minor, G minor. And no matter what they do, all of these notes work. They're all a part of the 7-note system. It just depends on where you put them. Cray. Hey, Jeffrey. How you doing, buddy? Yeah, One Jazzy. How you doing? Yes, it is improv. I'm just kind of explaining the point of practicing, the practice and practicing. Actually, the point of actually utilizing this channel. One, have fun with music. Two, kind of use these silly exercises that I do here. If I was going to explain that through the eyes of just like this, I should pause that. Although I could let it play, give them some wonders. Being able to do something like do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do, just keep going like this. It practices two things. It practices your hands playing together, and then you can train your brain on where you want to go. I've explained how these are the half steps, and if you combine them, you get whole steps, and then thirds of each proportion. Minor third. Minor thirds are great for causing tension. Do minor thirds as runs. And these are all the things you practice the practice of. So when you're doing something like, I don't know, and you're tired of being like whittly, 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 pentatonic, you can think, okay, what key is A minor like? Oh, it's like its common chord substitution, which is like an A major. So all music is viewed through the major, regardless if you're playing in a minor. Do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do. When you're playing 1, 2, 3, you flatten 3, 4, 5, 6, you flatten the 6, and then 7, you flatten the 7. So you get 1, 2, flat 3, 4, 5, flat 6, flat 7, and 1. Called natural minor because it's in the key that you're playing in, and whenever you alter that to its first type of natural, you put the 7 back in. So 1, 2, flat 3, 4, 5, flat 6, natural. And this one gives you your like I think it's bluesy. It adds a little bit more tension because the feeling you're having is this. Not great on its own, but when you put everything with it, it sounds pretty fun. So that's the one that we use. And these are just the progression of learning chords. Also can have arpeggios over the top of it, right? And you can play them like a rock star and do these sweeping picks, or really nail out what the notes are and know them by name. That's the route I chose to go. I see a lot of tasty guitar players. I wish I could shred do finger taps. Every once in a while I'll try to do something fun, but that's what I get to work on. The thing I do have is a complete fretboard mastery. I understand where all the chords are that I learned for this channel, and now I'm starting to realize how to utilize them, which is just fun. Using relative minor is also very fun, absolutely. What I try to do is use relative major to explain relative minor, and then see how far away I am in the series of circle fifths. So if I'm doing something like that A minor to the, like that, these are all like 11 chords, or an A minor 7 and an 11 on top of 13, or an A minor still works. B minor, A minor 7, B minor. I know that these two chords allows me to move around to all the other chords that are inside the key. Like there's a C major as the flat, third. You can do a C major into a D if you want. Build a little weirder tension, having chords that aren't there. Like if I did an E major, which by all means, yeah, A, B, C, D, A. Wherever we play that E major, no matter where it is, we build tension. So an E major 7, or an E dominant 7 rather, with that, not our D sharp, but dropping that down to down. It builds out a different chord for us, which means we're allowed to hear like the moving tone of it, which feels like it's always about to go back to A. So the whole idea. No, my name's Wago. How you doing? My name is Wago. Yes, and then natural minor, the harmonic minor. It's not that all are blues scale. Mostly blues would, if I had to categorize all the easier modes, it would just be like Dorian. Like if we were playing in the key of A, B, C, D, E, and then F sharp. And then we'd have our flat 7 there for the G. That would be 1, 2, flat 3, 4, 5, natural 6, flat 7, 1. E7. And it could go back to an A major. You could change it and then play there. A rap? Like Anthony rap? No. I did do a version of Rent, though. My wife. Hello, Rachel. How are you? Do I rap? Not well. Do 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 do. Does anybody have any questions that are music related? I've got about 10 more minutes, and I did start this off saying I wanted to teach myself Village of the Sun from watching myself, but I don't know if I could stand myself right now. Does that ever make sense to anybody else? Or just my wife? My wife. Let's see here. It's all good fun. Hey, D major. All right. Folks, we've got a D major. And then we're going to play this 6th chord, which should be B minor as a... I gotta get myself one of those Ron Jackson guitars. Stop what you're doing right now and go watch Ron Jackson. I'm sure he's playing right now. Go tell him Wago said hello. What would they say the most efficient way to memorize where all the notes and chords are? Oh, can I get a shout out for that one jazzy guy? Can everybody just think kindly about them right now asking a music related question? I gotta tell you how many times I play live and nobody asks me music questions. This is a great one. What instrument do you play? Do you play guitar? The guitar, yeah, I assume you're asking about the fretboard. For any instrument, this is the way that I learned. It might not necessarily be the best way. Just do finger exercises. If you were here just a minute ago, and I think you were, these are called, in my world, spider exercises. I have every student to do these for a couple reasons. One, 3 things I check for everything is finger position, where your arm is, as far as is it in your belly button or your crotch? Is this finger right here in the back? And are you sitting up straight? I can tell when somebody's looking over the top of here, those 3 things mean it's gonna be almost impossible to learn how to play like this chord. This is a D minor 7 rather than playing it like this. You play it in a jazzier format. It doesn't require your thumb, but you have to understand how not to use it and to have a big grasp and a big weird thing with small hands. So long story short, if somebody can follow direction, I know that they're going to be fine. And as long as they can do these things and get efficiently better at them, you will become a more efficient player. That's actually for, hey Ben, it's Yardbirds. Just using finger efficiency, hand and eye coordination. But the best way by far to understand any music is to tell yourself that, one, today I'm going to learn this. That means that if you have 5 minutes and you watch this channel, you can just go to any playlist or say, hey Wago, what should I do today? And I'll say, circle of fifths. And until you can answer questions with me daily, say, hey, Wago, I was watching Circle of Fifths. What does this mean? Within 2 weeks' time, you will be efficient enough to go, there are 5 sharps in the key of B major. B, C sharp, D sharp, E, F sharp, G sharp, A sharp, B. When you do this, you'll know that the F sharp, C sharp, G sharp, D sharp, all these go in order because they layer. And when you can do that, that's because on the guitar, you're able to go, I learned this today. C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C. Notice how my hands never move from where my spider exercises are. C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C. All day long. This is what you do for 5 minutes every day. Not as fast as me, of course. C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C, D. I'd be here all day. C, upstroke, 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 upstroke. And then you name them. C, open E, D, I'm sorry. C, open D, E, half step to F, open G, A, open B, C, half step. Know where your half steps are in each one of these. And when you can do C, go right below it to find C to G, D to A, E to B, F sharp to C sharp. This is your circle fifths. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1, or 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1. Each one of them have different ways that you play the note, but you'll figure it out pretty soon. Don't ever move your fingers. When you get here and you go to your D, you can play it this way. D, E, F sharp, G, A, B, C sharp, D. Or if you don't go this way with your fingerings, which covers all of these notes, you would simply move up and you would follow that same pattern. The thing is, 3 patterns rule the whole fretboard. So the 3 things you need to do, if I had to tell you 3 things to do, set a goal each day and practice that goal each day. Ask questions is the number 2. Don't think you know everything. Ask everybody. Ask them what they think about it. Say, hey, how do you spell F sharp diminished? And it'll blow your mind how many people just don't know what you want to learn. So when you get a basic foundation of music theory, C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C, G, A, B, C, D, E, F sharp, G, D, E, F sharp, G, A, B, C sharp, D, A, B, C sharp, D, E, F sharp, G sharp, A, E, F sharp, G sharp, A, B, C sharp, D sharp, E, B, C sharp, D sharp, E, F sharp, G sharp, A sharp, B, F sharp, G sharp, A sharp, B, C sharp, D sharp, E sharp, F sharp, C sharp, D sharp, E sharp, F sharp, G sharp, A sharp, B sharp, C sharp. When you can do the same pattern, and when you're playing music like when it goes to the rest of shores, that's all a major scale. And when you see that for the first time, you're like, what? Awesome. And you know how to play it up to speed because all you've done is practice, 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 just scales. So the answer on how do you know the fretboard, you'll know where a G sharp is, you'll know where an E sharp or an F natural is, you'll know exactly where a B sharp is because you know that C, the note of C, is a B sharp. By doing this, you'll know that by playing a D major that the D has an F sharp and an A. Wrap the finger around on the E string, you get an F sharp. So when you see these notes, arpeggios start forming all over the fretboard. And here's the real master class. If you spend just a little time seeing what notes you could get out of a certain key, like C major right here, and then do it right here, and then right here, you will love my channel. Because what I figured out was open 1, 2, 3, 4, and then pinky gets you a lot of notes and a lot of songs. You know, so if you're doing see how I move from one quadrant to the next? I'm at the tail end of this quadrant. Now I'm in the new quadrant. Why? I'm using the cage system to go from D major and then use that chord shape that I know down here from first position to move to my second quadrant. The whole idea means all these things meet themselves in the middle, and rather than going crazy over what do I learn next, you just learn the basics. Do finger exercises, practice your scales, and then pick one scale or mode that is different. I would suggest Mixolydian. It's a flat 7. So instead of doing C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C, you do C, D, E, F, G, A, B flat, C. That means you now know where B and B flat are all day long. When you do G major, G, A, B, C, D, E, F sharp, well, that goes to F natural. G, A, B, C, D. Cool, and that feels good because when you put those notes in there, it feels great. Tell you what, I really enjoyed talking about music today. I just got a text telling me that my student is right here, so I get the privilege of teaching. If you enjoyed this today, put some in the comment section, which is super awesome, positive. Tell me what you're working on and maybe become a member. I can help you get to where you need to be. Thank you. Aloha.